Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Leno56 and welcome back to some more Stationeers on Vulcan. So, in the previous episode, I meant to actually achieve quite a bit more than what we did. My whole goal last episode was essentially to use the toilet, which is exactly what we did. We got the toilet to work. We made our first poo in the toilet, which was amazing. Um, hey, good evening. So, my goal this episode is to actually expand this room a little bit more. I want to clear all this out, uh, probably get all this cleared as well. Well, I might clear out this side, I haven't really decided yet, but I want to get this hooked up, get some more trays over here, and I want to have wheat in one area, ferns in another area, and then potatoes in the third area. And then once I start expanding our rooms out this way, I can have a dedicated like living quarters area. I kind of have like a studio apartment sort of thing where I have a bathroom, a little eating area and an area for me to sleep and stuff. So yeah, that's my ultimate goal, at least for the moment. And we did in the previous episode build a maintenance area up above our coolant room, which we have some stationary batteries up here, which I actually like this quite a bit because I can put stationary batteries here, but I can also put them on this side as well. Granted, I would have to move this pipe, but that's fine. I do need to eat and drink some water. I'm dying right now. Let's see. My mood isn't very good either. Food. Chewy. It's a nice power attic. I like my power attic. Oh, I forgot I moved my water. Yummy. And we actually have a really good supply of water here too. And with our coolant system over here, we can actually cool water quite fast. I do have a bunch of potatoes and stuff in here. So we're just going to eat some baked potatoes for the time being. Granted, I could make some granola bar or cereal bars is what they're actually called, which probably should do that. All right, we have a bunch of pipe in here. Atmospherics are in there. So yeah, one thing I want to do is I want to hook up water over here, which I'm probably gonna have to extend this pipe, bring it down, and then move it over. Unfortunately, I have a lot of just random pipe right here. So I'm probably gonna have to make some more pipe in order to do this so that I can get some more potatoes, or probably ferns is what I'll start growing over in this area. So, all right, let's do this. Let's open up our tool belt so I can at least have some tools here. How much steel? 31 steel. It's probably not enough steel, but you know what? We can make it work at least for the moment. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I also need to get some better lighting and stuff, which I'm gonna have to figure out once I kind of get everything else settled. But all right, let's do some pipe. Probably some insulated liquid pipe is what we'll do. So yeah, right now the lights are in the middle. I could put lights along. Oh, let's see here. I'm trying to figure out exactly where to put the lights. I mean, I could put another light right here, I suppose. Granted, I would probably do these as round lights, and then I need to put some lights upstairs as well. I don't think that's going to be enough, but we'll roll with it and see how it is. Alright, so let's extend. We're just going to extend it along the ceiling for right now. I can always... Well, I'm going to have a maintenance area up on top of this as well, so then we can, instead of having the pipes come underneath, we'll have it go up top, I think is what we'll do. So let's extend our water pipe like so. Yeah, and then we'll have it come down. Maybe having it come down right in the middle makes more sense. So we'll do that. Yeah. Alright, let's grab some more. And we are going to have it come down like this. Boom. Perfect. And we have water over here now. So we have water over here. I need to get some grow light, which we actually have grow lights over there. Never mind. Okay. I really like the lights along the walls like that. I think that looks really good. Okay, let's do this. Grab a couple of grow lights and we'll place one there like that. Now I need to figure out exactly how I want to hook those up. How is this one hooked up? Oh, that one's hooked up like that, isn't it? Yeah, that's why I did it that way. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the sensor lenses so I can see exactly how everything is being worked here. I think what we'll do is we'll just do it like this for right now. I can always adjust it later if I need to. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm literally one short. I'm always one short. There we go. Alright, those ones are hooked up. These ones are hooked up to this power line right here. They're not actually connected to this power line, so I'd have to do something. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do this instead. I have an idea. Do that. Do this. Do that. Like a fundamental law of Stationeers universe to be one cable short. You're not wrong. And then you have to like dismantle from other areas to have enough cable, and then you're shorting cable over there, and then it's a never-ending cycle. Hey, perfect. Okay, so nothing's in here. So I think what we're gonna do, I have a bunch of wheat seeds, which I'll just throw over there for right now. Speaking of, I should probably harvest the wheat at some point. We're gonna do these as ferns. Alright, before I do that, let's take a look. So 17.3 moles per hour. So it inhales carbon dioxide, exhales oxygen. So it produces a lot of oxygen, which will be good for us. Let's see. It's pretty close to potatoes, actually. Draga fern. Holy crap. That's a lot of moles. But we'll just do normal ferns. Thriving. I'm going to plant all 3. Sweet. Well, okay, there's that. So I have a crap ton of potato seeds here. I could plant potatoes in the rest of these, but realistically, it's probably just better to do the trays over here as well. So that's what we're going to do. I think this is the pipe, right? I think that's the pipe one, if I remember right. All right, so we're going to put this in here. I gotta clean up this area just a little bit. And by clean up, I mean throw in another area of my base. You know what? We're just gonna put all the wheat seeds right here for right now. You're just in the way too. Granted, I have a whole room over here. I'm not really... Oh god, I'm gonna freaking kill myself. Nope, nope, just put it there. Alright, you're out of the way. Oh. These I can actually... I can probably recycle quite a few of this stuff, actually. Now that I think about it. Alright, where do I want to put... Not sure where to put that. I guess I could put it in here. Here, let's see. So... I guess I could put it right here. I guess it doesn't really matter. I could do... Yeah, we'll just do that for right now. We'll... Bam, bam. I'll make a proper area for our suits and stuff once I kind of expand upon our base a little bit more. Alright, let's grab this and this. We're going to deconstruct this. And this is just going to do that. Perfect. Alright, let's get some more trays. Speaking of tray, well, I'm going to have to move this, aren't I? Where do I put that at? I'm not entirely sure where to place that. I guess I just place it right in the middle. Well, we'll place the trays first, then I'll figure out what I want to do with those. With the daylight sensor. So... Alright, so there's 10. Again, rule of Stationeers, you're always one short. Every frickin' time. Here's our one. Beautiful. Alright, these are thriving. That's fantastic. These are ready to harvest. And these will be potatoes. So let's grab 2 more grow lights. Awesome. And we're going to place these right like that. Alright, let's grab some heavy cable. And it would almost be better. Here, let's do this. Alright, I have a full thing of flooring on me. It'd almost be better to have this cable go up the middle and then I do kind of the same thing on both sides. So, okay. In the meantime, we are going to do this. Oops. Alright, perfect. That's still working, so we're good there. Let's dismantle this, this, and this. Alright, this is going to go up the middle. We're going to have a T-junction right here. There, there. And that's going to go like that. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, well, that's done. So now that that's good to go, I can actually hook this up right here. I'm one short. Gosh dang it. Yes. Alrighty. Beautiful. Now we have water and grow light over here. So I can plant a bunch of potatoes now. I'm going to be one short again. That is the whole thing of this episode, is I'm just going to be one short on everything I do. Alright. We'll put you guys there. I am going to place another light. Right like that. Let's grab some heavy cable. I'd like to hook it up to this, which I just want to get light here more than anything. I can always redo that later too. Alright, let's grab all the heavy cable that's in here that I'm not really using at the moment. We'll keep this one. We'll get rid of this, and we'll just do that for right now. I got 36 cable from that. That's beautiful. Yeah, we'll just do something like this for right now. There we go. Like I said, this is more temporary with how I have this set up. Eventually, this is all going to be part of the same network, but for right now, we're just going to do it this way. So, sweet. Now I think what I want to try to do... Let's see... How are our power levels doing over here? Alright, those are almost on full power, so that's beautiful. Yeah, I really like these maintenance areas. They're pretty sweet. How are our water levels going? Oh, I can't actually see water in here, can I? 5 point... Alright, so we only have 5 liter, or we'll call it close to 6 liters. Alright, I have a bunch of hydrogen. How much, we have 69 moles. 66. Alright, let's turn this on, start making some water here. Now we are cooling. Alright, that's 2 liters, so let's turn this off. And then this will keep making water. Unfortunately, it's not going to cool down enough tonight, but at least we have some water being... I need to make sure that the pressure's not going to overlap. We're fine pressure-wise. I'm not worried about that. Before I do that, let's see. We have 66% for CO2. I am going to have to automate our CO2 production here pretty quick, which realistically, and this is the part over here that I was kind of trying to figure out, is I can almost get rid of the turbo pump that's right here. So I can at least hook this up. Granted, I don't really need that, so I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted right there. But that's okay. Alright, so everything is thriving. This is beautiful. Oh, that one's moderately. It could be the fact that there's only 62 kPa of pressure in the base, in which case I need to get more CO2 in here so we can start getting some more oxygen. Alright, so I think what I want to do first is I want to get all the reinforced walls for this area in here. So I need 1631 reinforced walls, and then I can dismantle all the walls on the outside of this part and start working on that middle part too, and then I can start expanding our base out, which I'd like to start doing this episode. I have a bunch of steel frames on me, so I can start expanding this, but I'd like to get at least this part, for the most part, where I want it. So, okay, what do I need to make reinforced walls? I know I need astraloy, which I have 17 of it. I need to make more. Alright, we're going to keep doing this. Alright, let's do... Well, I don't need sheets, I need walls. So I need reinforced walls, which means I need a bunch more astraloy here. So, okay, for astraloy, it's steel... Yeah, steel, copper, and cobalt. I believe it's twice the amount of steel. Alright, so I have a half ton of copper, which means I'm going to need... I have a stupid amount of copper, okay? We're going to do this. 1.
Hunger caution.
2. 3. I'm going to make a stack of 250 copper here. I'm just going to clear out our mining belt full of copper. Yes, it has been a minute. Been doing good. How have you been? And we have a bunch of copper. Sweet. Okay. So I need to go out on a mining run because it's going to be a minute before... I could just make the combustion centrifuge really, but going out on a mining run... actually not a bad idea considering it's nighttime. So I need cobalt and steel, which I have enough stuff for steel, so I'm not too worried about the steel aspect of things. Let's go grab some cobalt.
Oxygen low.
Oxygen's fine. What are you talking about? Sweet. Can't complain, nobody cares or will listen, then I don't stream my gameplay. Filter? Filter's at 81%. We're fine. Whee! Alright, here's some cobalt here. No, I really need to make the sensor lenses. It would be quite helpful when looking for ores and stuff. Granted, the ore scanner is actually really useful. But, let's see. Oh, there's a bunch of it over here. Over there, too.
Power low. Hydration critical.
I feel like I just drank water. Sweet. I think that's all the cobalt I really need, now that I think about it. Where's the base at? That's the next real question. Oh, it's right there. Once you start drinking, you'll have a hard time stopping. Yeah, you're not wrong. Alright, we are clear of atmosphere, so we can open this door. We can put our suit
Oxygen
back.
low.
Oxygen's fine. Sweet, okay, all this is thriving. Yeah, this is moderately well. I have a feeling it's due to the pressure, if anything. Which, actually, you know what I can do? Because it is nighttime. Oh, oops. I dropped down almost instantly. Yeah, we're just going to keep this on until it starts to heat up outside. That'll get quite a bit of CO2. That'll be good. Okay, so I need to make some steel. Which we're going to make the steel first, which is what we're going to do here. So let's turn the light on so I can like see what we're doing. There's nothing in there, so we're good. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna throw a thing of coal in here. Perfect. And this is gonna make astroloid for us. Well, this part's going to make steel for us, and then we'll make the astroloid. Beautiful. And we've got some steel. Alright, so what we're going to do now is, if I remember correctly, it is, yeah, double, so it'd be what, 200 steel, 100 cobalt, 100 copper. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to place you there. You there. And realistically, I can actually throw the cobalt in this as well. Perfect. Throw you in there. And then once all 200 ingots of steel are processed, we should I, I think it's going to make 100 astrolabe for us, which should be enough to make all the walls I need over there. Kind of want to do reinforced walls for every wall I do, except for the top, like these ones right here. I'm fine if these are just normal. There it is. Beautiful. Sweet. Okay, so I need 31, which is 62.
Hunger critical.
Alright, throw you in there and make a bunch of those. Alright, let's go eat and drink some water. Alright, let's drink some water. I'm not heavy breathing anymore. I love it. Sweet, okay. Well, these are the only ones that are growing only moderately well. Let's see what's going on here. Burn. So, we're at 62 kPa. I have a feeling that's probably what it is. Min ideal is 50. Max ideal is 100. No, it's not that. I don't know why I'm looking at this. I have this right here. Pressure, max ideal, current pressure. So we're within pressure. Illuminate. So there's some illumination stress, which I guess kind of makes sense. Might be a little too illuminated. But, I mean, we're not actually going to really harvest these a whole lot. I mean, we are, but once I get all these filled, we're not really going to touch them. So, I don't think it matters. Like, the growth rate matters for how much oxygen and carbon dioxide they take in. Oh, crap. Gosh dang it. I forgot. Well, that's going to take a minute, so that's why I need to automate this right here. How much water do we have in here? We have actually quite a bit of water. Well, let's do this. That'll start rapidly cooling this down, even though it's hot outside. I'll at least give it a head start. So we'll let that do its thing. It's 21 degrees in here, so we're still fairly cool. I need to put lights in here, which I think these ones I just put at the bottom right there. I'd like to put lights at the top, which I guess I could do. I could put, like, light here, a light there. That would illuminate a little bit better. Let's try that really quick, see what that does. I don't really like that, but at the same time, it does illuminate this hallway significantly more. Oh. Heck yeah. Actually, well, yeah, let's put these right here. If I remember correctly, it's one astrolabe sheet, because we want a reinforced wall. Yeah, so astrolabe sheet and then a steel sheet. So it's one astrolabe sheet. So let's do sheets, 2 steel, 1 asteroid. All right, so I need 31. I also don't have enough steel. I already know that. So I'm going to have to go out on another mining run so I can get some more iron. Because I don't have any iron at all. So I would need 150 iron so I can make a thing of steel. But I'm going to do that once nighttime hits, which is midday right now. Our power is doing completely fine. So yeah, in the meantime, we're going to come up here and start placing these walls. Reinforced walls. All right, and then we'll do this. I don't think these walls have, no, they don't. I was looking for like a ladder hole or something in these, but they don't have them. All right, now I just need a bunch of astrolabe sheets, which I cannot get until nighttime hits. One thing I do want to do is I want to mess with the colors a little bit. Oh, now it's thriving. So confused. Well, everything's thriving right now, so this is fantastic. Also, I want to see something. So, fern, 17.3. Potato, 8.64. So, yeah, essentially, one of these plants produces as much oxygen as 2 potato plants. So realistically, and I think these produce the exact same amount as the potatoes too. So, because how I had it over here is we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is essentially 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, this produces as much oxygen as if all 4 corners were covered in potato plants. That's quite crazy. I got sidetracked. What was I doing? I should have a... Yeah, paint there. I have a... Alright, yeah, I have yellow in the spray gun. Let's do... Where's all my... Iron is in there. You know what? We're gonna do this. Yeah, let's drop the temperature a little bit, but you know what? Alright, let's try gray. I mean, I don't really mind the orange. It's more, I guess maintenance-y, but I want to see what this does. Let's put you there. I need to make a box of spray paint. I can always paint it back. I don't know. I do kind of like that, actually. I'm quite conflicted. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Do you like the gray or do you prefer the orange? I kind of like the gray. I don't know. I do need some lights up here. What was I doing? Oh. I want to go out and mine some iron, which... guess I could do. I mean, I have more than enough oxygen, water. Speaking of water, we're at 177 or 178 degrees Celsius. So we're actually doing pretty good. I'm going to turn that back off. That is dropping. So, yeah, let's head outside. We're going to do a mining run, get some iron. Suit,
Power low.
helmet.
Oxygen low.
Alright, let's do this. I think it's all out of here. It is. Whee! Alright, and there's some iron right here. So I need 3 stacks of iron. I got 1 stack of iron. Oh, there's some more iron right here. Look at that. I remember during some of my earlier playthroughs, I used to be so meticulous when it comes to mining. I'd like mine out a perfect like square or rectangle and then it'd just be so anal. Now I'm just like mine. Just mine everything. It'll be nice once I can get a deep miner up and running, which theoretically I could get one of those up and running whenever. I mean, it doesn't have to be once I, you know, get comfortable with where our base is at, but it would be helpful, I suppose. All right, so we have enough iron to make a batch of 200 steel. I need to repair these doors.
Oxygen low.
Alrighty, so let's throw the iron in here. I'm gonna have to vent this, all the gas that's in this pipe. Once I get a proper atmospherics room up and running, I can use all the gas for all the ore that I degas and put it into our system. Because that's also a good way to get nitrogen and stuff too. Alright, let's do this. Did you just go in there? Oh boy, it did. I mean, it's fine that it did, but gosh dang it. Well, 150. Gosh dang it. Okay, well, that's fine. You know, it is what it is. So, 60, another 62 steel again? There's so much frickin' steel. Well, like it's getting processed, so I'll get it back, but it's just my luck. The fact that it's fine. I'll get it back. Like it's just gonna take a minute for it to process. It's just the idea that it happened. Alright, well, we're making some astrolace sheets, which is fantastic. Um, let's turn this on and start cooling this CO2 down. Yeah, this will actually cool quite fast. You should be cold. Oh, you're slowly getting cold. So 3.6 liters. Let's see. We are producing oxygen. We do have oxygen being made, so this is actually beautiful. So okay. Driving towards fruiting. I need to get some more ferns, because then we'll really start oxygen production. Alright, you're at 145. Only 100 degrees more, and you'll be at the proper temperature. Eventually, we'll get to the point where... Oh, this is actually dropping. We are at the point where this is dropping in temperature, even as it's cooling this. So yeah, that'll cool quite fast. Thankfully, I've never had that happen to me where I've thrown like something I absolutely need in a furnace by accident and done that. I don't count blowing myself up and losing out on everything, because that actually happens to me quite often. I don't know how many times I've almost blown myself up with this series. But you know what? It is what it is. Alright, so we're at 112, and this is still dropping, so that's beautiful. You know what we're going to do? We're going to turn this on, get some more oxygen in here. I wonder, I could put in like an even 100 moles and see how much that actually gets us. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit 100 on the dot. I mean, it was close. And we still have 64 moles. Granted, there's a lot more actually in the base. It's about 65 within every little frame. So, all right, let's see here. 79, 78. That is dropping quite fast. So this is going to be at the temperature here real quick. This is basically 2 temperatures, so I can turn you on, get everything out of here. And what we can do, turn you on. That is dropping quite fast.
Hydration critical.
Alright, we have a little bit more CO2 in here, so that's fantastic. Alright, we're just gonna let this do its thing. Let's try not to, Oh, alright, water is 2 temperature. Alright, sweet. So we're going to turn this on, get all the water out of our system here. Or as much as I possibly can. Yeah, there's not enough in here to actually blow a pipe, so I'm not too worried about that. Alright, let's see. How much do we have in here now? Well, I'm just under 9, so that's not bad. Up, it is. Alright, so the temperature is increasing. So let's get the rest of the gas out of here. That's empty. You're already to temperature, so let's turn you off. Turn you on, and let's get some more CO2. Beautiful. Alright, now I can turn you off, because there's no point in wasting power. Alright, so the temperature's increasing outside, which means once it gets to about 370 degrees, I believe, this will start turning into water here for us. I'm anxious to see how much water we get from 102 moles of oxygen. This is still like dropping temperature-wise. I guess I could do that. That would probably stop it. Wow. Probably should have closed that before, but that's fine. Alright. Well, our astrolabe sheets should be done. Let's see. Thriving. Everything's thriving. This is fantastic. Okay. 31. I also need steel sheets, which I have a few steel sheets on me. I'm going to have to make some more. So I have 17. So I need... Let's see, 15, 16, 14, so 14. Oh, crap. Gosh dang it. I do that every once in a while, too. I also just realized this is going to make 28, but I can always use steel sheets, so I don't really feel too bad. Welding torch. Turn our light on, and let's start welding. Did I seriously make reinforced windows? Of course I did. Gosh dang it. It's fine, I can fix it. Alright, well, let's let's fix these for a moment. Alright. Reinforced walls. That's what I needed. Not windows. I'm thirsty again. There we go. That's better. I do like this look, I think, more than anything else. Like, this just looks so industrial, but I can't actually do this because the air would just get sucked out, so unfortunately, can't do that. Alright, let's, well, I want to eat through all of our potatoes before I start making more cereal bars. Granted, eating these potatoes isn't really doing me any sort of benefit because I'm not getting the same amount of nutrition as I would with cereal bars. Much gooder. Proper terminology. We are stationeers, that's how we talk. Alright, well, I feel much gooder now. Thriving. Everything is thriving. You know what? I feel like I should probably just harvest all this. You know what? Let's harvest it. What do these stack to? Well, we're up to 55, but we're still going. I wonder if it stacks to 100. I'm guessing it probably does. That's a lot of wheat. Brick. Nope. Gosh dang it. Alright, we're gonna throw you right there. Oh wow, that was a sneeze. Oh, we have some extra wheat seeds just in case. Okay, so if these each produce what, 5 flour? Let's see. Ooh, that was close. Let's see, I think it's... Is it 1 wheat seed makes... I think it's... Okay, let's do this. I think it's 10 if I remember correctly. Yeah, and then one of these makes a cereal bar. Okay. Didn't remember for sure. Making some food. Oh, we have quite a few cereal bars here, so this is good. Alright, and the extra 5 we have, we will store in the fridge. Oh, right one. And I like the cereal bars because they don't actually decay, so that's beautiful. Wow, look at these potatoes. Up, a couple of them are ready to harvest. Oh, yes. Burns. Alright, so we're gonna put you in there. Alright, here's all the steel sheets we have, which was overkill. I don't actually need that many, but you know what, that's fine. Yeah, cereal bars are most bestest over baked potatoes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna paint all this stuff gray. Oh, I accidentally tried to go down the ladder. Yep, and I was right on my 14. I have 14 left and I made 28, so I was close. Alright, put you away and we're gonna paint all this. Perfect. That looks good. Actually, don't mind the gray at all. Yeah, this just looks more industrial than your typical walls do, so sweet. So now that that's all reinforced, I can go outside and actually get rid of those walls. Because eventually I'm going to do cladding and stuff. And then I can start putting walls and stuff in here. Granted, I can't decide whether I want to do reinforced walls and stuff on the inside or just the normal wall. I'll probably do reinforced walls. I feel like reinforced walls is going to be better. Like, I don't mind these being flat walls, but these being all reinforced walls, I think just makes more sense. I think it'll look better. So, let's start working on that. Now, the downside is making these reinforced walls would be really nice. But unfortunately, there's not a good way to actually do that. Not that I know of anyways. So I might just have to keep these as just normal walls. But let's see here. 5. Well, technically be what, 15? Yeah, we'll make 15. It's gonna be one more than I actually need, but that's fine. I actually don't have enough, do I? Well, we'll make what we can. Okay, actually, let's see. So I can actually make 8. So we're gonna do this for a moment. Because I have 24, it technically takes 3 astrolabe to make 1 complete wall. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna make 8 walls. Then this will leave 8 left over for the 8 astrolabe sheets, and I already have steel sheets and some steel. So we should be fine according to my calculations. And then maybe we'll test the reinforced walls in this room, which means that we have to undo, not that, all of these. Let's do that. Alright, there we are. Alright, I'm excited to see how the reinforced walls look. I also need to make sure I paint them white too. So, okay, let's throw you in there. And then I need 16 of you, and let's do sheets. Perfect, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, it's fine. I'm gonna have to switch this battery out here pretty quick too. Oh. There we go. Sweet. Alright, so that's how they look orange. Let's see how they look white. I'm not a huge fan of that, if I'm being completely honest. I could do something different here, though. I could do, actually, this kind of stuff I could do up top. Yeah, that actually makes more sense to have that kind of stuff up top. Technically, it makes sense to have this up top, too. I'll figure it out. Because our main power line is right here, so if I put our transformer up top, how would I actually do that? I mean, theoretically, I could place it anywhere, actually. So here's our main power line, which our main power line... Yeah, I can figure it out. I can kind of make each room unique. It should be night out, shouldn't it? Yes. It is nighttime. Alright, so how much water did we actually get? 250. So 110, 220. So almost 5 mole or 5 liters. We're at 4.7. It'll be about 5 liters. It's not bad. I'm guessing this will probably get to temperature tonight. Let's see, our oxygen's up to 67, 68, 69. We are producing quite a bit of oxygen too, so this is beautiful. Oh yeah, we'll get the temperature. Yeah, I think what I need to do is once this gets to like a certain pressure, this automatically turns off. I guess I could do it all with the day-night cycle. Like once nighttime hits, this turns on, and then once daytime hits, this turns off, and it'll cool, and this will cool whatever's left in here, and then I can come in periodically, pump it all into here. I just have to be careful not to let this blow, which it'd be better if I could automate this, so I'm gonna have to think about how I actually want to do that. We have quite a bit of CO2 in here, though, which is beautiful. 179, 177. Oh, yeah, we're going to have another 5. 5.5 liters of water. So we're doing fine on water. Water's not an issue at all. Heck yeah. All right. So next fern harvest, we will have this all filled. That is going to be beautiful. And we're good on potatoes too. Our wheat seeds are doing good. Everything, yeah, we're actually doing pretty freaking good right now. This is beautiful. Speaking of, actually, this has nothing to do with that, but I only have 3 more of those to go, and we'll be good. Yeah, I do like the reinforced wall look. If I'm being honest, I think that actually looks really good. I guess it doesn't really matter. I could use just the normal wall look. But I think the reinforced wall actually looks better. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do normal walls or reinforced walls for down here? I'm gonna use flat walls for the upper part, like this. But I feel like reinforced walls. I just like the design of them, but I'm wondering what you guys think. So in this room, I need 4 more reinforced walls if we're sticking with reinforced. But realistically, I'm going to need a crap ton. Ooh, it's daytime. Let's turn you off. No.
Hydration critical.
Yeah, I'm absolutely going to have to automate this. So that should be fairly easy to do now that I think about it, because I can put a gas sensor outside. Once the temperature reaches like 150 degrees Celsius or something, this automatically turns off. Actually, maybe... Do I have a gas sensor out there at all? I don't think I do. I need to put a gas sensor out there. Alright, let's drink some water. I also realize I'm gonna have to use the toilet here pretty soon, which is also very exciting. Alright, we're at 85% for toilet. 85. We're still at 85%. Oh, we're at 86. Which means I really gotta go. Do I have transformer? I don't really have any, another advanced furnace. Alright, let's do sensor. Iron, gold, and copper. Well, I have a stupid amount of copper on me. I have 300 copper in here. It's not bad. Alright, we're going to do this. So, this gas sensor we're going to use outside. Alright, I can turn you off. This is... Yeah, that's hooked up right there. Okay. I don't actually have this hooked up yet. So, yeah, we're going to have to place this gas sensor outside. But before we do that, we're going to use the toilet. This is exciting. Yes. Alright, let's see here. We're 5.5. I store a lot of waste in me, apparently. That is crazy. Well, we're replenishing our water quite fast. You know, the really disturbing part about that is this is my drinking water too. This thing better be like the best purifier in history. What was I doing? Oh. So you know what I can do? Because I do need a decent supply of charcoal as well. Actually, we're going to do this. All the potatoes I've been eating are backing me up. You're probably not wrong. I was really hoping I was going to get like an animation where I actually sit on the toilet. I don't know why. I just thought that'd be really funny and amazing. Oh. So this is going to be used for our to make charcoal. Is what we're going to use all these potatoes for. I've already determined that. Sweet, and then we'll eventually get you. So we are going to do this. Oh, heck yeah. Alright, now let's make sure before I put that in there, there's nothing else in here, and there's not. Oh, look at all that charcoal. That is actually a phenomenal way to get charcoal. Alright, let's see. How much water do we got? 12 liters of water in here. Ooh, speaking of. Actually, that's heating that up. Yeah, I can automate this too. Yeah, that's fine. Once night hits, we'll get that water. I'm not really worried about water right now. We have more water than what we need currently, so water's fine. Let's see here. Oh, now you're ready. There we go. I need to organize my base a little bit too. There we go. Okay, so ferns are going good. Let's see, what's our oxygen at? 64.7 moles right here. That's all I'm producing. It's not a whole lot of moles, is it? 68, 68, 70. I guess we are still producing quite a bit. Yeah, that's okay. Alrighty, so I need more astraloy so I can continue making these walls here, but I do want to try to automate our CO2 production because I keep messing this up. Granted, that's fine, but I'd be better off waiting until night comes because then I can place a gas sensor under here and then automate this. I think what I'm going to do is once the temperature gets to 150 degrees Celsius, Or if it gets below 150 degrees Celsius, this will turn on. This will turn on. And these will just keep running indefinitely. And then once it gets above 150 degrees Celsius, these will turn off. And then I can just automatically... I guess what I could do is when it gets above 150 degrees Celsius, these turn off, this turns on, pumps it all in here. Once it gets below 150 degrees Celsius, I can figure it out. I kind of know how I want to do that actually. Well, it's almost nighttime. Let's head outside for a sec.
Power low. Oxygen low.
I'm gonna need a bunch more steel anyways, because I need to make some more astraloy. Reinforced iron sheets or reinforced walls make a lot of they need a lot of astraloy. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's okay. All right, let's go over here. Go down here. Ooh, I already have a gas sensor. Gas sensor carbon dioxide. Oh yeah, I already placed it here because I was gonna automate this anyways. Well, okay. Since I'm out here, let's do this. Always makes me nervous. Oh. Ah. Oh, there's 50. Perfect. All right, let's grab this and... Oh no. I didn't just do that. Oh, oh no. I think we're fine. I hope. I don't think it's hot enough to actually combust anything. All right, we have a bit of an issue. We're fine. Methane. We're gonna throw you in there. I am not taking my helmet off because... Alright, that's not actually turned on, so I can do this. Oh. This is dangerous. Alright, I need a battery. I'm gonna place you right there. Get all that methane and everything out of here. Thankfully, there's not a whole lot in here. Oh, that was dangerous. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We are placing this right here. All right, it is dropping quite fast, so let's see. I think we're good. All right, hang on one second. Whew. That could have been very, very bad because that could have caused an explosion and the emergency bulkheads. Yes, I know. I need to do that. Oh, I got really lucky right there. That was scary. This was quite scary. But you know what? We survived. We're good. We're going back outside to continue doing this. Oh boy. This is fun. This is great. So I just need to be extra careful when dismantling these. You put the toughest sheets on the welder, take them off the crowbar. So it's not a crowbar, it's the angle grinder. But I also need the angle grinder to get rid of the normal walls. So that's where that came in. I just need to make sure it says composite wall when I'm using the angle grinder and not a reinforced wall. Oh, I almost did it again. This is so scary. Yeah, it doesn't take much, just a little extra too long on the mouse and we have another situation. Alright, I think that is all of it. Woo! That is scary. I have to do the same thing over here too. So yeah, what are you guys thinking? Do I do reinforced walls on the inside, or do I do just these normal composite walls? Okay, well, for the inside of our base, or, yeah, I'll show you. Alright, let's put those there for a minute. There's the black hole. Alright, sweet. We have a bunch of walls on us, and now I'm stuck. Ah! So,
Hydration critical.
hydration is fine, you know. Whatever keeps the hab from taking in more hot gases. So, realistically, I feel like anything is better. I mean, I do like the reinforced walls. I know that the pressure output's higher, which doesn't really matter on Vulcan per se. But it's more like, do you guys prefer the look of the reinforced like walls like this, or do you prefer the look of just the normal walls like that? I don't know. I'll probably just go with the reinforced walls. It's going to be a lot more resource intensive, but you know what? It looks cool. So I think that's what we're going to go with. I need like a box. So those are heavy cables. Those are normal cables. Do I have an empty box anywhere? Yeah, I do. No, not that one. You empty? You are empty. You're going to be our wall box. Gosh dang it. We'll just do this. Box of walls. Sweet, okay. Oh, heck yeah, look at that. I'm hoping eventually they will allow trip per wall. I use a mix of regular and padded depending on the room, as well as painting the walls different color. Yeah, I'm going to paint the walls different colors depending on each room. I don't really care for the padded walls too much, if I'm being completely honest. But I do like the look of the reinforced wall, so I think that's what we're going to go with. I'm hoping the allow... Oh, I see what you're saying. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is... It's been a minute since I've coded anything. Where's my laptop at? Oh, here it is. It's right there. Alright, what have I coded in here so far? Oh. Oxygen. Is that coded into here? It must be. Yeah, so this is coded into here. Okay, well, that'll work. So, okay, so what we're gonna do, turbo pump gas, turbo, so see, this is CO2 out. All right, we're gonna rename this one. CO2 in. Confirm. Actually, we're going to take away the space just so it matches. No, actually, we're going to keep the space. We're going to rename this one like that. There we go. CO2 in, CO2 out. And then this is filtration CO2. These can just stay on indefinitely. That doesn't matter. So, all right, we're going to keep you doing your thing. Just right there. That'll work. Okay, so... And then I need the gas sensor. So let's do this. So this is filtration oxygen. This is going to be... I need water. This is going to be the gas sensor. Gas sensor carbon dioxide. Filtration CO2. Filtration CO2. This will be turbo pump CO2 in. Wait a minute. Is there no turbo pump in here? Oh, right there. CO2 in. CO2 out, CO2 in. Okay, perfect. Well, I want to drink some water because I'm tired of hearing my guy sound like that. Alright, let's eat some more baked potatoes. Yumsy. All right, perfect. Have you played Icarus also? I actually love Icarus. I'd like to actually do a playthrough on it. It's been a minute since I've played. I know that they keep updating the crap out of it and they've added a bunch of stuff to it. So I do kind of want to do a playthrough on Icarus at some point. But yeah, it's actually been a little bit since I played it. All right, so oxygen, filtration, pressure. So let's do. All right, and then this one I believe was the gas sensor, if I remember right. Yeah, we'll just do that. Gas sensor, D1. CO2 filtration, E2. Let's see, so gas sensor, filtration, turbo pump CO2 in, D3. Turbo pump CO2 out, D4. Would love to do multiplayer on it due to how you can spec your character playing a solo game to mods. Yeah, like I said, it's been a minute since I've played Icarus. Me and one of my buddies played it quite a while back, and it was actually really funny. Our house burned down due to an animal getting stuck in our fireplace. It was actually really freaking funny, but no, that's a game I've been meaning to do a playthrough on just because it's, yeah. I think that's all of them, right? D4, filtration, D1, D2, D3, D4. Yep, I think that's everything. So gas sensor, filtration, turbo. Okay, so this is for this. So for the gas sensor, it would be temperature, R1. And then realistically, I guess I could do a type analyzer. Hey, good evening. Let's see, temperature, pressure. That's all I really need is temperature and pressure, now that I think about it. Because the pressure, I could put a pipe analyzer right here, or I could just use this. I guess it doesn't really matter how I do that. Do I have a pipe analyzer anywhere? Have a good night, man. Oh, I do have a pipe. You know, we'll use the pipe analyzer. Might as well. Let's. It doesn't matter where I place it, I suppose. Could place it there. Could place it there. Right there it is. Perfect. Woo. Awesome. So, okay, so I think how we're going to do this is once the temperature drops below a certain point, I'm thinking 150 degrees Celsius, this will turn on. This will turn on. Once the temperature gets above 150 degrees Celsius, these will turn off, and this one will turn on. And then I can also make it once there's no pressure left in this will turn off. Yeah, I'll figure it out. So, pipe analyzer, let's just rename it to CO2. Let's do that. Okay, and that'll be here. Perfect. All right. Oops. Pipe analyzer CO2, E5. That's all 6. So that should work. Which I can just use these two for all of this, actually, now that I think about it. So, okay. Let's do... Let's see, how do I want to do this? So let's do CO2... CO2 in start. So we're gonna load temperature, which is going to be CO2 gas sensor temperature. So if the temperature is less than, let's see, what would 150 degrees Celsius be in Kelvin? Let me look that up really quick. Let's see. 423.15. So that's 150 degrees Celsius. So if it's less than 150 degrees Celsius, CO2 devices, well, I'll just call it CO2 on is what we'll do. And then if the temperature is less than 423.15, CO2 off. And then jump to start. Okay. Okay, so for CO2 on, we're going to actually have a couple of these. So the first device is going to be CO2 filtration. The second device is going to be turbo pump in. So on, oops, space 1, space 1. And then jump to oxygen start. And then once it's below, we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're just going to do copy paste. But instead of these, we're going to do zeros. Sweet. And I guess what I could theoretically do here as well well, hang on a minute. Because if these are on, then technically this could be off. So I might not even need that pipe analyzer. Let's see here. So let's do... I might be able to get away with doing that with doing that right there. Well, we're 126 degrees, so... Alright, so if the temperature CO2 gas sensor D1, let's see here. Oh, I need the active vent, not this. Oopsies. Okay. That's where that messed up. So, it's not this. It is, crap. That's where I messed up. Active vent carbon dioxide D2. Okay. So, it is... We'll call it CO2 vent. Alright, so... We're gonna do that. Technically, this should be turning on. Okay, well, the CO2, it is hooked up. It is hooked up to this. So if the, alright, so if the gas sensor, low temperature, gas sensor temperature, if the temperature is less than 150, CO2 on. The CO2 on is the vent on, CO2, or the turbo pump CO2 in is on. And then this turbo pump CO2 out is off. So D3 is turbo pump in. It should be automatic. Alright, it is increasing, so we're going to see if this actually works or not. So it's 150 degrees Celsius, so we'll know pretty quick whether or not this is going to work. Better work. And it did not. Gosh dang it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on there. Gosh dang it. Okay, well. There's no errors here, so something... Like this is working right here. So if the, yeah, so CO2 in start, Oh my god, I'm dumb. That's why it didn't work. There it goes. Alright, well, so, okay, that, now it'll work. So basically, once the temperature outside drops below 150 degrees Celsius, this will turn off, this will turn on, and the vent outside will turn on. And then these air conditioners are going to be on just all the time. It doesn't really matter. But so basically it'll keep cooling the CO2. Once the temperature reaches above 150 degrees Celsius, this will turn off, and the vent will turn off, and this will turn on. And then the gas in here should be right around 20 degrees Celsius. Doesn't have to be exact, as long as it's not like 50 and above, we'll be fine.
High pressure.
Sweet. Alright, 65 moles. Alright, well, the only downside is this is going to get really annoying very quickly, but I can figure this out. I'm not too worried about that. Let's see, how's our plants doing? Everything's thriving still. You're thriving, and you are ready to make some more cereal bars, so that's beautiful. Wait, so that's automated over there. So the next stage I want to start working on, which I just realized I'm going to have to be careful with how I do that. Okay, so we're going to head outside with a bunch of walls, essentially, is what we're going to do. So place you there.
Hydration critical.
I don't... never mind. We are not going outside. We're just going to generate a crap ton of power. Well, okay. So, let's see. What else can I do while I'm waiting for the solar storm to go away? Iron sheets, iron walls, iron frames. Let's see, we'll put you there, we'll put you there. I do want to place another light. Yeah, light here. One, two, three. Well, let's see how that looks. That actually might break it up a little easier for these lights. Now the only downside is I can't actually see. That's not bad. That would work. Alright, so let's do on. Let's go up here and redo the cabling really quick. Alright, let's see if that illuminated it any better. I mean, it did over here. Over here is just really bad, but that's because the fridge is in the way. Once I figure out where to put the fridge, that'll fix that over there. That's not bad. Could be worse, I suppose. I actually need to move the fridge. So what I can do is I can do that over here. One, two, three. Yeah, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I guess that. The only downside is I'm not going to be able to place that one, am I? Oh. Yeah, I'm just going to keep these where they were. I think is what we're going to do. I do like the look of the round lights a little bit better, though. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. That's kind of annoying, but that should be fine. Alright, well, these are full on power. Let's take a look at these guys. Do I have any more? Oh, there's a little bit of water over here. That's fine, though. I don't see any more methane anywhere, so I should be good to turn this off. Grab you and put you in our power controller over here. There we go. Alright. Everything's thriving. This is beautiful. Alright, so these are all thriving towards seeding, which means that probably the beginning of the next episode, we'll be able to harvest this, plant all of these, and then we'll be doing really good for oxygen. Our oxygen's actually not doing too bad right now. Let's drink some water. There's some water. Let's eat some more food. I have I wouldn't say a stupid amount of baked potatoes. Actually, I have a bunch of baked potatoes in here too. Gosh dang it. It's fine. Okay. Oh, there we are. Yeah, I really do like the reinforced walls look. I really want to see this work. Like, this doesn't have to be on 24/7. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to actually do this. I guess I could do a separate thing. So if the temperature is it doesn't really matter because I don't really plan on being in this room a whole lot. I do kind of want to wait until nighttime hits though before I end the episode so I can see this setup working. And then I guess I never did put that in, did I? Gosh dang it. I just have 5 liters of water just sitting here. Well, let's make some more water while we're at it. because we are producing quite a bit of oxygen at this point. It is cooling outside, so nighttime is on the way. And that's probably enough. Let's turn that off. And you'll continue making some more water for us. I'm going to turn you off like that, though. $118. Sweet. And then I think what I'm going to do is in between episodes, I am going to finish doing this because I want to, because this is a whole nother 100 thing of astraloy in here, plus a little bit of some extra iron and a bunch of hydrocarbon too. So there's some extra stuff in there because I accidentally had one of those reagents go in there, which is fun. Alright, let's see, where are we at? 104. Oh, my battery died. I guess I do use my tablet quite often, don't I? Yay. I just want to pull the seed so I can plant the rest of you guys. Alright, let's see here. 113. Alright, you're actually dropping quite fast. Well, we have another almost 5 liters in here, another 4.5 liters. Alright, that's actually dropping really quick. It is 530 degrees Celsius out there. So, yeah, that's what so in between episodes, I'm going to finish getting all of this stuff processed so then we can make some more astraloy next episode. And then once we do that, we're going to make some more reinforced walls. I want to get the top of this all ready so we can have another maintenance area on top of here. And then we are going to start expanding into here more. Now, I need to make this a 1x3 airlock, so I'm going to have to kind of remodel this a little bit. But I want to start expanding our base out. And then I do want to replace this trader platform with an atmospherics room and place our trader platform somewhere else, because I have an idea on how I want to build our atmospherics room. Alright, so that shows that we're still less than 150 degrees Celsius. 134. Alright, let's do this, because you're actually increasing. Yeah, that's gonna take a minute. Solar storms are kind of brutal. 343, 342. We're slowly dropping. If I remember correctly, right after a solar storm, it sits at a higher temperature for quite a while, and then it suddenly just drops off. So it's going to take a minute. $145, 316. Yeah, we have a bunch of water just kind of sitting here right now. Granted, this is going to liquefy here pretty quick, which is going to be really good. Let's see, how much water do we have sitting in here? 11 liters. It's not bad. I just want to see this work and make sure this is working as intended before I end the episode here. 143. 140. Alright, we are starting to slowly drop temperature-wise. That's kind of taking forever, isn't it? Well, Oh, heck yeah. Alright, well, let's do this while we're waiting. Why did that only make one fern? That's so sad. Alright, we have only a couple more. Actually, I guess I could just do this. Yay! Alright, all of these are now planted, so that is beautiful. Oh, heck yeah. Alright, let's make sure. I guess I could just look at this. We are hovering at 20 degrees Celsius. That is beautiful. So, it worked. Once we dropped below 150 degrees Celsius, this turned on. Now, once this gets above 150 degrees Celsius, this will automatically turn off, and this will turn on. And actually, we should get quite a bit of CO2 out of this. But yeah, that's something we'll figure out in the next episode. But yeah, like I said, in the next episode, I want to, obviously in between episodes, I'm going to process the rest of the ore so we can make some more astrolite, make some more reinforced walls. I'm going to reinforce the top part of this room up here. Granted, I'm going to have to probably weld those up completely in order to make sure everything's airtight in it and I don't lose anything, which shouldn't be too difficult. I should be able to do that no problem. But yeah, once I do that, then we're going to start expanding our base this way, and then I can get like a proper living quarters set up. Well, I'm going to build a proper trading outpost or a landing pad. And then we're going to work on our atmospherics room, which is going to be through that door right there. So that's my plan for the next episode. I just need to stop getting so sidetracked because I have a bad habit of doing that. But yeah, gonna call the episode here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see you. I will see you all later. So okay, that seemed to work, and we're at 20. Oh heck yeah, sweet. So this is all working. I think that's a good way to end the episode. So, yep, I'll